What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another New York Mets post game. I'm your host, Ray, and as always, if you're enjoying the content, win or lose, I ask you guys to give a thumbs up. And damn, what a putrid performance. And I understand the comeback in the ninth inning. It looks nice. It helps the box score. We all understand that. But the top four goes 1 for 17 on this game. The home run by Soto. Get Mark Ventos the hell out of this two-hole. I was just looking at his stats. Over his last 40 games, he's got 4 walks, 0 for 4, 2 strikeouts. Alonso 0 for 4 with a strikeout. Nimmo gets the hit late. He was 1 for 3 up to there. Ronnie Mauricio 0 for 4 with a strikeout. It's just up and down the lineup. Tyrone Taylor, his average is down to 210 after today's 0 for 3 lineup. 2 strikeouts. You look up and down the lineup. Vientos, 2 strikeouts. Soto, 2 strikeouts. Alonso strikeout. Mauricio strikeout. Taylor with 2 strikeouts. It's up and down the lineup. You get 7 hits, but let's be honest, we were 3 hit through almost the entire game. It's just unacceptable. This team all around right now is suffering. You go to the bullpen side of things. The bullpen continues to implode. And one thing that I don't understand, and maybe you guys feel different, let me know down in the comments if you feel different, but I'm so sick and tired of this babying of the starting pitching. Sean Manaea hasn't pitched all year. Why are you pulling him after 4 innings and 70 pitches? If you know he's only got 70 pitches on him, you gotta open up the break with Kodai Senga. I'm so tired of this. So now you're telling me Sean Manaea can't throw more than 70 pitches. Clay Holmes limited. So we're going to be throwing bullpen games the rest of the season. We've already seen how beaten down this bullpen has been all season long. You're going to them in the 5th inning. It's just incompetence. I don't know how else to say it. Why is Sean Manaea only allowed to go 4 innings and 70 pitches? The guy's dominating, gives up 1 run, and you and I both knew the second they went to the bullpen, it was going to implode. I tweeted about it over on X. You just had that feeling. There's no way the Reds, who are 50 and 47, are going to sit there with their solid offense and not tee off on this dreadful bullpen. We have some nice pieces on the back end, but that middle relief, now that we got the breaking news today that Max Kranick we first reported a couple weeks ago that Max Kranick was contemplating Tommy John surgery. We get the news today. Now he is done for this season and next season because of how late he's going to be getting the surgery. They need to get some other arms in here. Enough of pulling these guys out of independent ball that throw hard. There's a reason why his ERA was almost 4 in the minor leagues. I understand he was good in AAA, but the book's out on him. He throws a straight fastball, and more likely than not, he'll throw it right down the middle, which we watched him do in Kansas City and give up the home run right away, and you watched it happen again today. And then what does Mendoza do? We wave the white flag. We go to Waddle. He gets teed off on. Curiel gave up 5 earned runs. Why is he in there for 5 earned runs? He clearly doesn't have it over an inning and a third. Waddell goes 3 2/3, gives up 2 innings. So we give up 8 runs to the Cincinnati Reds. And then on top of that, once again, our unclutch as all team. Outside of Juan Soto and a pinch hit late, you have Terrens with 1 RBI. The fact that this top of this lineup can't get it done again. Francisco Lindor is 0 for his last 14, 0 for 5 tonight. We go as he goes, and I'm so tired of that saying. He needs a reality check, and I'm not here to pander to this team. I refuse to do it. It's beyond infuriating. The late comeback is nice and all, yeah, but we all knew it was a far cry. This cannot just happen in the later innings. It's a little ridiculous if you ask me, but we'll get to some of your comments. I'm not going to keep it as a long post game. It's very upsetting, very upsetting. Kai says, absolutely putrid. Manaea looked great. In comes the cheese pen. I'm glad even broadcasters pointed out, which they did. Good point there. Out how bad this team needs relievers. Hope to the birds reach Stearns' ears. Well, you know what it is? Here's the issue with this. The Mets don't need one reliever. They don't need two reliever. They need more like three guys, and they need to be major leaguers. Enough of bringing these guys up who are not major leaguers. We're in for it, boys and girls. We got a terrible record over our last 30 games. If we got lucky, the Phillies lost tonight. We could have overtaken the division once again tonight, but of course, we're not able to do so. And it's just very frustrating. You can go over to the Reds. You look at the Reds' top of their lineup compared to ours. You have right out the bat, their first 5 hits. That's the game right there. 5 hits and 6 RBIs out of their top 4. Our top 4, 1 hit. It doesn't get much worse than that. It's a little ridiculous at this point. Klub, freaking brutal loss. Not a good way to start the second half of the season. I agree. And it was practically a bullpen game. And you heard them talking about on the broadcast how other teams are throwing bullpen. We shouldn't be doing that. Our starters are healthy. Manaea's back. Senga's back. Montas is back. Peterson's healthy. Clay Holmes is healthy. We should have the advantage when it comes to things like this. But once again, maybe that was the plan all along. Don't give Sean Manaea more than 70 pitches. But if that was the case, they should have went with somebody else in game 1 right out the chute, because now not only Sean Manaea goes 4 1/3 innings, giving up only allowed to pitch 70 pitches. Now your bullpen has gone deep already. It really sucks. Yak, no cursing in the comments, please. Stanley, I agree. Stearns should be searching for. He is. He went to A-ball. This guy came out of A-ball and he gets shelled. It's amazing. Now when you hear about prospects that throw 100 miles an hour, it really doesn't matter, because if it's straight, it's going to get hit. We've seen that with Ryan Stanek, and now we're seeing it with him. It's like Ryan Stanek reincarnated. They only have the hard fastball, and when they throw it down the middle, it gets teed off on. Sand says, hate when they tease us like this. Don't score for how many innings and try to and try this crap in the ninth. But we all knew it wasn't coming through. George says, Vientos sucks. Send him back down to the minors. I think he has one more option. I was looking at some of his stats coming into today in the month of July. So you're talking roughly 14 games or so. He is 8 for 37. 0 home runs, 3 RBIs, and remember I said this, 0 walks. Means he's swinging from his heels. That 0 for 4 today brings him back down to 16, something like that. And look, now we could start looking at the manager here. Yeah, 219. Why is Mark Vientos hitting in the 2-hole? The guy hasn't hit in forever. It's really like that. The stats don't lie. Very limited June. 18 at-bats, 2 for 18. He hit 111. Now you're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 games into the month of July. 8 for 34. So you're looking at his last 60 at-bats. He's got 2 hits. Not good. And I don't see them changing anything. I don't know what is up with this undying loyalty to Mark Vientos. It doesn't make sense. The only thing I can think of, they know it hurts his feelings that they have better third basemen on this team. So they figure if they put him at the top of the order, it's not going to hurt his feelings. It's got to be something like that. It doesn't make sense. Yeah, these starters have to go more than 5 innings. It's not Sean Manaea's fault he's getting pulled at 70. He could have gone probably 2 more innings. 4 1/3, 70 pitches. And he was dominating. You're telling me you couldn't get 6 out of him? But let's be honest. If he gives you 6 there, are you confident this pen holds it? Because I'm not. I'm at that point. Frank, I totally agree with you. Put this loss on Mendoza. 100% agree with you. Obviously, if Sean Manaea is not healthy and that's the reason why they're slowly bringing him back, then do what they did last week. Have him back up Clay Holmes or have another starter backing him up. Not guys you're pulling out of A-ball When we're winning and he leaves and they immediately give it up, and this is now something that we've seen time and time again, it needs to change. George, I was just going over that. For as bad as Vientos has been, why is he batting second? It's unexplainable at this point. It really is. 219. His OPS is 629. Ronnie Mauricio's OPS 691. Way higher. Bat him second. You go up and down this lineup. I mean, it's just the bottom of this lineup. It needs to be addressed. And we might not be able to wait around to the trade deadline. We keep talking about waiting for the trade deadline. It might be too late by that point. That's how I look at that. Frankie, punt game from Mendoza. They want to win. David Wright Day. Yeah, well, I hope that's not true because nothing's guaranteed. But I do feel that way a little bit. I feel as though the last few weeks we have punted a bunch of games. I really do. I feel that way. Gumby, I can't read that. No clue how to manage in-game. I don't know how many times I got to say it. You know what's wild? I defend Mendoza a ton. But you can't defend the lineup that he's putting out there. We literally have not hit consistently for 40 games, and the same lineup gets thrown out there time and time again. And maybe it's because the Phillies haven't taken it from us. They lose again tonight. So you wake up tomorrow, you're still a half game out. I got to look at the wild card as well. I know we were 2.5 up coming in. I don't know what happened with that for the rest of the day. John, idiotic. Man, it's tough, man. It is very tough. Andre, thanks for checking in, my guy. What a joke. What are we going to give bullpen help? By the way, none of Batty, Vientos, or Mauricio are answers at third base. Would get Suarez. The issue is, and it's something that John Heyman spoke about, the Mets have deemed I don't want to say fully untouchable, but almost untouchable. The Jet Williams, the Nolan McLeans, the Jonah Tongs, and later on Brandon Sproat was added. You're not getting an impact bat. Look at what things went for last season. It's the same this year. You have teams like the Red Sox who are now in the playoffs. The American League, you have 4 or 5 teams within 5 games. They're not just going to throw their seasons away. What they need to do is move the trade deadline back, but they're probably not going to be doing that. Rels, what's going on? Batty is not better than Vientos. Neither is Mauricio. What are you smoking? I do think Mauricio has a higher upside than all of them. But how much longer are we going to experiment? Mark Vientos hitting in the 2-hole is continuing the same experiment time and time again. Let me look up his K rate really quick. I had his stats right here. Let's see. Mark Vientos this month. 33 at-bats. So after today's 2 Ks, he's got 8 hits and 10 strikeouts. You look at the month of June, 2 hits, 6 strikeouts. So his strikeout to hit ratio is like 2-1, almost 3-1. Graham says, I'm tired of Mendoza sitting guys. Who can somewhat hit? McNeil should be. Yeah, man. It doesn't make sense. Why can't we trade Clifford for Suarez, Andre says? Because Clifford's value is way higher than Suarez, in my opinion. It just is. We got to be realistic, too, with this stuff, guys. But that's going to be it for our post game. Make sure you like and subscribe. Consider becoming a member if you want to be guaranteed to get your chats read while we're live. And also, it's the best way to help support the channel. I might be going to David Wright Day tomorrow. I'm totally unsure of it right now, but if I am, I might be doing a live giveaway there for the people that do follow the channel. So once again, thanks so much for sticking around. As always, guys, hopefully we get a win this weekend, but let's go Mets. Take care.